Hello friends! Welcome back. My name's Ramon. How are you today? In today's video, we're doing a continuation of my Simplified Active series where I talk about active ingredients you find in your skincare in a simplified manner. If you haven't already, check out my other one, which is talking about the gold standard actives, which are some of the most studied, well-researched, the most reputable active ingredients you can find in your skincare. Go check that out. But today we're talking about another set of active ingredients, kind of like the continuation of those, specifically targeting skin exfoliation and skin brightening. This is going to be your go-to video if you want to talk about dealing with acne, kind of refining some fine lines and pore texture, and brightening dark spots. So if that sounds good to you, keep on watching. Before we get into today's video, I'm gonna ask that you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload other content in a similar manner. And also tell me down below in the comments, what are some of your favorite active ingredients in skincare? So, as I mentioned in my last gold standard actives video, basically active ingredients are the ingredients in your skincare that do the heavy lifting. They are the star ingredients that basically do the work that the front of the packaging is really advertising. So if you think about it, these are basically the FDA approved ingredients to give you a specific benefit, do a specific function in your skincare. These are biologically active ingredients that do things in your skin, whether it's initiating cell function. These are ingredients specifically in the form of being applied topically. So in terms of exfoliating, sloughing off dead skin, resurfacing your skin, there's a good handful of ingredients. In my last video, I talked about retinoids. Retinoids are like the gold standard for really dealing with surface issues in the skin. Without getting too much into it, just because I have the gold standard actives video, but I also have an entire video dedicated to retinoids. Go check that out. Retinoids are a really good subset of ingredients that work by initiating retinoid receptors in the skin, speeding up the skin renewal process. Another ingredient that we're going to talk about, and this is kind of like the main subset of exfoliators, are AHAs and BHAs, alpha-hydroxy acid and beta-hydroxy acids. And basically, alpha-hydroxy acids, those are the water-soluble surface exfoliators. They deal with what's on the surface. And you have beta-hydroxy acids. These are the oil-soluble exfoliators that kind of get into your pores, and they're able to do the exfoliating, breaking down process within your pore structure. And those are really good for dealing with like pore congestion and all the nasties in your pores, basically. Alpha-hydroxy acids, due to their property of being able to slough off those dead skin cells on the surface, though, they help to increase collagen production in the skin, reduce the appearance of fine line and wrinkles in the skin. They even out skin tone and texture, so they help with minimizing the look of dark spots while also helping to kind of really smooth out your pore texture, and they reduce hyperpigmentation as a result of that. Also, some of these, as I'll break them down, are also really great humectants as well. So AHAs, there's a few different kinds, and kind of going, I'll have a graphic inserted here. Going from the smallest molecule size to the bigger molecule size, you're gonna have Glycolic Acid, Lactic Acid, Mandelic Acid, and then we're gonna talk about PHAs as well. As I mentioned, Glycolic is the smallest of the AHAs, and as a result of that, it can penetrate deeper. As a result of that, it's a little bit more irritating. It's the most irritating of the AHAs. Some great Glycolic Acid products that I recommend. The Ordinary has a really great like $8 Glycolic Acid toner, as well as Pixi's Glow Tonic, that's the main exfoliant in that, as well as the Ordinary's 30% AHA, 2% BHA. This actually has a mix of a few different AHAs, like a lactic acid, which I'm going to mention in a second, but really great high strength exfoliator as well. Next on the list is lactic acids, and lactic acids are the next step up. They're a little bit bigger molecules, so they're going to be a little bit more gentle than the glycolic acids. These are actually a little bit more hydrating, so they're actually really good humectants, and these are the ones that kind of help to really increase ceramide production. Lactic acids are going to be the ones that you're going to find in Sunday Riley's Good Genes, as well as the 5% and 10% lactic acid solutions from the Ordinary as well. Next on the list is Mandelic Acid. And Mandelic Acid of the actual AHAs is the bigger molecule, therefore it's going to be the most gentle of these three. Mandelic Acid you don't see as much in solutions like you would toners or whatnot. There are a couple which I'll flash on screen, but Mandelic Acid is actually a little bit more suited in mask treatment form like leave-ons. So if you're looking for a more gentle AHA, you really want to get into that field. The best way to intro into that is going to be using Mandelic Acid. And then I mentioned PHAs, or Polyhydroxy Acid. These are basically a variation of alpha-hydroxy acids that are the most gentle due to their molecule size being the biggest. If you have really sensitive skin, but you still need that surface exfoliation, which I mean, everyone can benefit from that, look into getting some PHAs because they're really great intros into that. I think I believe Paula's Choice has a really great polyhydroxy product, but if I can think of other ones, I'll flash them on screen as well. So now let's talk about BHAs, or beta-hydroxy acids. The most famous of these is going to be salicylic acid, but something to mention is that there are naturally derived versions of this that derive from willow bark. And willow bark was kind of like the intro to kind of sourcing that salicylic acid property out of. But what we know salicylic acid as nowadays is more of the synthetically higher strength version of that. So some of the products I'm going to mention when I do product recs actually have more of the natural derived ingredients derived from willow bark, but salicylic acid, willow bark, same family of things. And as I mentioned, BHAs are the more oil-soluble compounds. They get inside your pores, work to break down and do their exfoliating properties inside your pores, while also working to treat and prevent acne breakouts. If you have more oily skin, if you have acne prone skin, if you have breakouts, salicylic acid BHAs are your best friend. They help to control sebum production throughout the day. And this is like my holy grail ingredient. Some great BHA and derivative products. I mention this literally all the time on my channel. This is the Sunday Riley UFO treatment oil. Beyond having the salicylic acid treatment, this says 1.5% specifically, this also has a lot of good products that help to brighten, which I'm going to mention in this next part of the video, but great serum treatment stuff. But you can also find salicylic acid in cleansers, and it's actually a really great benefit for oily skin, especially in the summer. I mentioned this in my Hot Girl Summer Skin video. The low pH CosRx Good Morning Cleanser, for example, has tea tree oil, which is actually a great acne treatment, but also has naturally derived BHAs. Using a salicylic acid treatment like this, or the one from CeraVe in the morning and kind of letting it sit on your skin for a minute before you rinse it off, really helps to control your sebum throughout the day a little bit more. But also at the end of a long ass day, when it's oily and greasy and I want like a good cleanse, that salicylic acid in the cleanser, while being gentle as a wash off treatment, does a pretty good job of like treating my skin, reducing all the congestion and impurities in my skin. I find that benefits my oily skin really, really well. On top of that, you also have actual treatment mask. This is the Ordinary Salicylic Acid 2% mask. Love this one. These leave-on treatments, they're left on the skin. They can do their work a little bit more effectively. And this one also has charcoal and clays, which helps to kind of low-key absorb excess oil out of the skin, but this is a great salicylic acid treatment. Another great solution is going to be this one from La Roche-Posay. This is the Effaclear Clarifying Solution. The Effaclear line from La Roche-Posay is like their acne treatment line, so a lot of the products have salicylic acid and whatnot in them. This is a great lightweight treatment. I like to use this right after cleansing, maybe once or twice a week in the midst of summer, for example, or if I need really excess oil control, or sometimes what I'll do is I'll like soak this in cotton pads and put it on my like heavily congested areas or areas where I'm getting a little bit of a breakout situation to kind of calm that down. Something I want to note is that a lot of salicylic acid products have alcohol in them, and I have a whole video on alcohol in skincare. Alcohol is not bad in skincare, and you'll see it a lot with these acne treatments. Salicylic acid itself isn't soluble in water, but it is soluble in denatured alcohol or ethanol. And so it's not going to necessarily dry out your skin. It's not meant to be astringent. It's just meant to be a really effective solvent for that salicylic acid. So that being said, be sure to nourish and hydrate your skin when you're using salicylic acid, but know that alcohol in these products isn't meant to dry out your skin or be an astringent property. And then I mentioned the AHA 30%, BHA 2%, notice BHA 2%. You can combine AHAs and BHAs together. It's actually a really great powerhouse combo. They don't necessarily affect the other's efficacy, but they really work in conjunction with each other to give double benefits. So you're getting surface exfoliation while also getting the inner pore exfoliation as well. Be mindful with these though, you don't want to use them too often just because they could compromise your skin. They're highly irritating actives if used too frequently. So really these you want to use about a couple times a week at most. Honestly, I don't even use these exfoliators very often. Beyond these AHAs and BHAs, some other exfoliators that you see a lot commonly are going to be enzymatic exfoliators. And these are enzymes that work to break down and eat away the dead skin cell on the surface. And I basically remember these as the 3 Ps. You got pumpkin, pineapple, and papaya. Those are really great benefits. Some people are allergic to citrus derived ingredients. Therefore, that's why AHAs are really great alternatives, but these are exfoliators nonetheless. In terms of enzymatic exfoliators, some of my favorite include the Sunday Riley Tidal Enzyme Water Cream. That includes papaya enzymes. Incredible. It also has alpha arbutin, which I'm going to mention in a minute. So it's a powerhouse of surface exfoliation while also helping to brighten hyperpigmentation. You also have the Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. That mask is everything. First of all, it smells like pumpkin. It also has physical exfoliating property, but the pumpkin enzymes really are what do the work in that one. It's a great wash off mask. And you also have the Exfoliate enzymatic treatment. That one has the 3 Ps, I believe, and it's just another great alternative to the Peter Thomas Roth enzyme mask. It just works to like slough off excess skin. It has a little bit of a physical exfoliating property as well. It's minimal, but it's really those enzymes that do the work. So now let's get into skin brighteners. And so if you're someone that has acne prone skin like I do and you get hyperpigmentation as a result, or if you're someone that's just really prone to having hyperpigmentation, dark spots, dark marks on your face like melasma, sunspots, these are the ingredients that are going to work really, really effectively and efficiently to diminish and get rid of those marks if used consistently over a long period of time. First and foremost is a little bit of a controversial ingredient, and that's hydroquinone. It's controversial due to the fact that it's used a lot in whitening creams, and I'm in no way condoning whitening, but basically hydroquinone can be effective in lightening pigmentation in the skin. I'm not saying to use it for whitening though. but that's kind of the about it. But derivatives of those, or related to those, that are a lot more gentle and specifically target hypermelanin production in the skin are alpha-arbutin and kojic acid. Alpha-arbutin, I mentioned in the title Enzyme Cream. It's an amazing ingredient for brightening uneven skin tones. It's a safer variation of the hydroquinone ingredient. And basically how it works is it reduces the skin's pigment production by suppressing the enzymes that stimulate excess melanin. So basically not affecting your overall skin tone, but it prevents it from producing more melanin in like hyperpigmentation areas, sunspots, melasma, etc. Great products for that. I actually just started using this and I'm seeing really good results. This is the Hada Labo Whitening Lotion. Again, whitening. You hear a lot in Asian skincare products that just means brightening. It's not whitening. But this specifically targets the areas that has that excess quantity of melanin to kind of bring that down. Great hydrating toner that happens to have that extra benefit. As I mentioned, the Tidal Water Enzyme Cream. It's a great product because it has the enzymatic exfoliating properties, the alpha-arbutin for brightening, but it's also just a really great quality moisturizer. It's pricey, but I loved my experience with that moisturizer. And then you also have a couple products from The Ordinary as well. You have their straight alpha-arbutin serum, but then you also have one that has ascorbic acid and the alpha-arbutin benefits as well. That vitamin C is a really great brightening antioxidant paired with the alpha-arbutin. Amazing combo for brightening. And then the last brightener I'm going to mention is kojic acid. And kojic acid's a little bit more of a newer ingredient, I would say. I don't actually know that many products that has it in it, but it's a great brightening ingredient. It's a similar concept as hydroquinone, more in line with arbutin though. It's a safer lightening agent. It's derived from a fungus actually. Studies have shown that this ingredient is really effective at lightening unwanted pigmentation in the skin by slowing down the production of excess melanin. So, and basically in that vein, that's why it's similar to the arbutin ingredient. And last brightening agent is one that I mentioned again in my gold standard video, and that is L-ascorbic acid, aka vitamin C. And that is one of the, again, gold standards of a lot of things. It's a great antioxidant. Antioxidants are great in skincare just because they help to reduce the damage to your skin related to free radicals. But again, it's a really great effective brightening agent. It's great in promoting the growth of collagen in the skin. So vitamin C with that L-ascorbic acid is the most studied, the most direct and potent form of that form of vitamin C. But there are derivatives. Those derivatives are a lot more stable, but they're not as studied. But these are great ingredients to look for in skincare if you want brightening agents. So again, overall, exfoliators, brighteners, you have a whole set of things. These work in conjunction with each other. What I'm going to stress for all of these is that either A, they kind of increase the photosensitivity of your skin, therefore you're more susceptible to UV damage. But on top of that, if you're working to use these in your skincare to target specific concerns such as pore texture, breakouts, hyperpigmentation, the key product you need to use with these is sunscreen. And I also mentioned sunscreen active ingredients in my other gold standard video. My channel is pretty much 80% sunscreen content at this point, but I will stress, if you want to make sure the work that you're doing is effective and you're basically ensuring the efficacy of those products, you got to use sunscreen. Period. And with that, yeah, that's the kind of simplified version of exfoliating acids, exfoliating enzymes, and brightening agents you can find in your skincare ingredients to target specific skincare concerns that you have. I will stress when introducing these products into your routine, do so slowly. You don't want to cause irritation and unwanted effects in your skin. You don't want to compromise your skin barrier. Once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks to start out with if you have more sensitive skin, and then kind of increase as you go. Again, use sunscreen, listen to your skin. If you're reacting negatively to a product, cut it out. It's not going to work for you if that's the case. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If there's anything you want to see me break down more thoroughly or that you want to see me do videos on, leave those down in the comments down below. But otherwise, tell me what some of your favorite skincare actives are or products are, and let's fangirl about that in the little comments. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.